Well, people. We almost didn't have a show today. Almost didn't have a show.
Uh-oh, this is new.
Man,
What happened?
it started lightning and thundering, and the wind came up, man, and blew and knocked the power out in the house. Stayed off for about half an hour. It just came up out of the blue, man. It was sunny out, and all of a sudden, clouds came through, and bam, all hell broke loose. So we lucky to be on the day, people. What's up, Ted?
They've been stealing your money for 45 years.
Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
All right, people, we getting ready to get started here. Ted said we, man, shoot.
You know, I had to come out my bag of tricks every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. And the people that's listening, you know, and this is not our first rodeo. And this, you know, if you go back into our archives, you know, I'm usually saying the same thing once a month, sometimes twice a month. these jackasses, but you know, there's a website out there that's called USA Facts, and he's got a breakdown of how our money is being spent, and it's a funny thing that I was doing this, and then I remembered his page, and I started going through his pages as all the money that's being spent, because he was sort of he does a whole thing on immigration, of the budget, what they're spending on, all of that stuff, the breakdown, what have you. And when I was writing down, I was going through and I was saying, well, you know, the GDP is very important. And China, they keep on talking about China this and China that, and just doing this and they doing that. Well, their GDP is only $19 trillion. Ours is 29. You know what their revenue is compared to ours? Ours is 5 trillion. Theirs is 3 trillion. They have 1.5 trillion people, billion people, I'm sorry, and we have 240 million people. What's wrong with this? What's going on? We got way less than people than they have. And yet still, they're supposed to be beating us. and they have less revenue to work with. So something is wrong here. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying, they got us paying $1 trillion in interest. Who we paying that interest to? They got the DOD receiving over $1 trillion, and they got Medicare is $1 trillion. They got Social Security at $1 trillion. So right there alone is over $3 trillion, and we only got $2 trillion left. That's why we spent over $2 trillion. Now, what is the difference? The difference is that these people that's making all this money is not paying their taxes to cover these expenses. Now, another thing too is they're spending almost pretty close to $1 trillion on Medicaid. Now, and the American people is getting galled and they don't even know it. Now, back in the 80s, when I say 45 years, back in the 80s, we talked about this many times. Reagan took out $1 trillion plus or maybe $2 trillion out of the Social Security to use for discretionary purposes, for the build up the military. Then he started taxing Social Security, which was unheard of. And they kept going with that even under the W. Bush. Now, here's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. In 2023, people paid in Social Security, out of their paychecks, workers paid $1.3 trillion to the government for Social Security. That's in 2023. So Social Security sustains itself. Now, if you've been working for 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, whatever, you've been putting that money in, that money's supposed to compound interest. Now, every year they claim there's about $100 billion made off of Social Security interest. But at the same time, we paying 1.45% of our paycheck into Medicare. Now, in my mind, my numbers, I might be off a few $1 billion or maybe a couple $100 million, whatever. 600 billion. That's how much the American people pay for Medicare. But yet still, they want to cut Medicare and they want to cut Social Security. Now, here's the thing. When you look at it, the military receive almost over $1 trillion a year because they get this thing called non-discretionary funding. And so the president and his discretion, as long as he get the Congress to agree with it, if he wants to send the military an extra $50 billion, he can do that because he's got to his fingertips almost $250 billion that he can just spend that money willy-nilly as long as he get approval from Congress. And then the person that we got in office now, he just do what the hell he want to do. But I'm just saying that's the way it's supposed to work. But I was just looking at just a couple of things in their budget. And this is how the clown show starts. 20 billion in restoring infrastructure, building, and what have you. 20 billion. 18 billion for construction and family housing. Now, who gets those contracts? See, this is where the silliness go, because he gonna get those to his buddies. If you find out who gets those contracts, find out who gets those contracts. There ain't gonna be no bidding going on. That's $40 billion that's out there that people are gonna be making money, and there's gonna be his cronyism, and then those are the people that's gonna divvy up some money to him for that. But here's what I really trying to figure out. 148 billion in research and development test evaluation. What the hell is that? 148 billion in research, development, and test evaluation. 148 billion? Who's accountable for that money? When these people had to beg and scratch for Flint to get their stuff together, and for Jacksonville to get their stuff together. These are the people of the United States. They got 148 billion for research and development test evaluation, 146 billion for maintenance and war fighting forces across the area, the branches. I'm counting 350 billion right there. Now, where's the real other 500-600 billion? Huh?
It's a black hole.
Tell me.
It's a black hole. It's a money hole.
All I'm asking is, where is the other 500-600 billion being spent?
It's a black hole. Everybody is dipping into that pot. They got people who dip into that pot. It is a black hole. It doesn't matter to them where that money goes to. They just increase their military budget. They cut everybody else, but they increased the military's budget. But everybody else got cut. Because it's a black hole. People, they don't care.
Robbing the American people.
Absolutely.
They want the American people. This is see, they talking about, oh, he's going to receive in the next 10 years $2 trillion from tariffs. In the next 10 years. Who's paying that tariffs? It's coming out of your pocket, America.
Yep.
It's coming out of your pocket, America. We're paying that tariffs.
And he has, everybody is saying that he doesn't know what tariffs are, that this is a tax on the American people. But I don't know what that tariff is. He knows that the American people are paying the tariffs. It is a tax. He has so far taxed the American people, created a tax on them. And that tax, he's going to take that money and stuff and put it back in there so he can take care of the debt and everything, to cut it down to $2.4 trillion instead of $4 or $5 trillion. American people are going to pay for it. And they pay for it with their food. And now we're finding out that some of this stuff and everything, because the tariff is here, some of this stuff that is not supposed to have a tariff on it, that is created here in the United States, they increasing the prices there too. Putting money in their pockets. It's a horrible shame, man. I'm telling you, we just get, like you said, we are ripping off the American people, and we are fools enough to sit there and watch them do it. And this man is sitting down there telling you every day they're going to pay their tariffs, and he knows damn well they're not. He knows they're not, but he keeps on telling his people they're going to pay their tariffs. They're lying to you. You keep saying a lie, Ted. Keep telling a lie. Keep telling a lie. Keep telling a lie. And the American people will believe it. That's the way Trump is. He's going to lie to you, he's going to lie to you, and you're going to believe it.
Well, the 2025 budget is $7 trillion. The revenue that will be received is $5.2 trillion. We're going to have a deficit of $1.9 trillion.
They hoping.
Well, it's almost 4 trillion right now.
But they're hoping that they can get that because after you cut the Internal Revenue Service, all those 80 some thousand new agents that came in that they needed to collect, they needed these people to go out and get these folks and do audits and stuff to make sure people aren't cheating on their taxes. They just cut the Internal Revenue Service, took all the agents out. So what's going to happen? You just encourage these folks to go out there and cheat on their tax again because there's no police out there to make sure that you're paying your fair share of taxes. Open the door. Opening the door. They can't collect it, so Biden says we're going to add 80,000 more agents so we can collect this money. The 80,000 agents, we're going to collect enough money to pay for themselves, plus bring more money into the coffers. So Trump gets in, cuts out those 80,000 agents, and cuts into them already, the ones who are having a difficult time collecting the money.
Because
You
they don't
call,
want to audit. They don't want them to audit those nonprofit
they
organizations.
don't want to be audited. No, none of those people want to be audited, and they know the people out there who are paying taxes, who are filing their taxes, understand that the chances of them getting audited is almost nil. They don't have enough people. You can't even call the IRS and get anybody on the phone.
I'm
Ask
just
them a
saying,
question.
all of that is wonderful. I'm just saying that China is doing 10 times as much with their money, going around spreading it all over the world,
Yes, sir.
and we bringing in $5 trillion, and they sitting around here gouging the American people instead of building up this country and spreading what we call a soft power, real soft power. I ain't talking about giving them a can of soup. If you for democracy, you supposed to be, yeah, okay, businesses should be going in there. That's true, but then also you gotta help people just like building up us. We spent billions and billions of dollars back in the '40s building up Europe.
Well, that's a long time ago, Ted. Almost damn near 100 years ago. So we need to start just like Biden had the Infrastructure Act. He need to have some more infrastructure money out there because this country is falling apart, brother. I've been out there on the highways. Have you been out there on the highways and seen all these trucks out there tearing the highways up?
Yeah,
You cannot get down the highway with all these trucks out there. Something needs to be done. We need to spend our money on roads, transportation, so we can get people and goods and stuff back and forth through this country.
and mass transportation where you don't have to put as many cars on the ground.
Absolutely. Railroads. We still got these old railroads, man, that are being shared with your passenger service. They're sharing these tracks with your passenger service. When the passenger train comes, it don't have priority to get through. It has to stop and wait until the freight train comes through.
And don't let nobody make a mistake.
Don't let them make a mistake. You're gonna have an accident. You're gonna have an accident. Some people are gonna die. And we cannot spend a dime on any of that because everybody out there trying to get rich, even including Taco, who was up in the White House, double his wealth. That's all he cares about, getting more money. That's it. You don't care about those folks out there in the red states. We just had a hurricane, a tornado, Ted, that just went through Birmingham, Alabama, tore the place up. The mayor of St. Louis is begging FEMA money because there's $1 billion worth of damage been done to her city, and nobody showed up.
That's what that non-discretionary money is for.
Hey, ain't nobody showed up. Trump said he got to keep that money so he can pay off his billionaire buddies. He ain't giving up that money to that red state. He ain't worried about being elected again. Shit, he got to have money for his military parade for his birthday. They're bringing them tanks into D.C. right now. So
That's gonna cost $50 million.
he's gonna have a parade. Probably more than that.
Yeah, after you're talking about repairs.
Right. You gotta repair the daggone streets once them daggone tanks start rolling down the street.
They were
So he
showing
can have
pictures as that shit was coming in.
So he can have a parade. That is the biggest mess that anybody in this world can see, but he got to show off.
He'd be, I'm gonna put it like this: his people behind him, they make sure that they on the offense to make you think he's doing something. Now he started that bullshit over in LA when those people had that stuff in control. And then those military people came and then it just agitated them. And now they back and forth shooting all this spray stuff and they shooting with plastic bullets and people are all upset now. And now you got more people that showed up now. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of people now. So, but to me, and we said this yesterday, there's no sense of protesting. Let the district attorney, let the governor take care of it. I understand your frustration. I mean, I can't understand it because it didn't happen to me. But when your mother has been taken away from you, or your child taken out of school, or somebody working, those day laborers,
Yep,
they picking them up, bro.
I know. They right there, and they know where to find them at Home Depot. Home Depot Lowe's. They know where they get them at. They all standing around it because they want to work. They want to earn a living so they can pay their taxes. And people are going there to pick them up so they can put them to work. Cheap labor. They have them all over the country. They have right here in Atlanta. I know there are Home Depot that I can go
Oh yeah, I
to
know that right here
find
too.
me
And I
some
used to
cheap
use a
labor.
few of them.
Find me some cheap labor.
Well, I
But
mean, cheap labor and good labor.
it is. But Ted, I really believe that we're doing them a favor because whatever they're getting paid and stuff is better than and them being a dredge on our food stamp system because that we putting them to work and everything, and they're working for whatever wages they can get, and that's the wages that they use to go out and feed their families, buy our groceries. Nothing wrong with that. I don't think anything is wrong with that because you find these big contractors and stuff. I'm telling you, big contractors. That's all they use is the day labor. That Abrego guy that they picked up in Tennessee when he was carrying those people and stuff, the man worked for a construction company. They get cheap labor.
He was a
He wasn't.
laborer. He was a
They
laborer.
get cheap labor. Yeah, and he would go in and get the laborers and stuff and everything for his boss. He'd go and get the labor for him because these people want to come to these jobs so they can get some money so they can take care of their families back in those foreign countries and also take care of their families in the United States. There's nothing wrong with it. They're paying taxes. They are paying taxes. But I believe the old Donald says, I don't give a crap. I don't give a shit what the governor has to say. I'm the man. And that's what he's saying. He just told the governor, I'm the man. I am the man.
Well,
You,
California is suing him.
you ain't shit. Newsom, you ain't shit. I'm the man. And Ted, that goes to show you back a couple of months ago and everything, when Newsom tried to placate that B. that taco man. You cannot play with a bully. He sat there and tried to work with Trump. I'm going to do this for him. We're going to work together with him. You can't work with that knucklehead. He doesn't want people to work for him. He looks at that as a sign of weakness. So now that's why he's overriding. He didn't go into uh Illinois and do that stuff. They got them day labors right there in Illinois. He didn't go there and do that, did he? He ain't gonna bypass that governor. Because Pritchard ain't playing that crap. You play with a puppy, he gonna bite you.
Well,
So
here's my
whatever
big beef right
whatever
now.
Newsom got coming at him, he deserved that because he did that. He caused that shit to happen. Him to go in there and bypass him because he looked at him like he was.
Well, they think they can win over these doggone red hats. They ain't gonna win over these red hats, man. They rather starve to death. Let me just say this. Social Security is supposed to be 22% of the budget. But how is the Social Security 22% of the budget when you're receiving over $1 trillion people paying into Social Security?
Yeah. You talking just like the Republicans are. That's our goddamn money. that's our pension money. That ain't part of them. They should take that shit out of the fucking budget.
That's what I'm saying. How in the
It shouldn't
hell?
even be considered in the budget.
How
That's
in
our
the
damn
hell
money.
are they counting Social Security? And the same thing with Medicare.
Right. That's our. We pay
We
for that.
done paid over $600 or $700 every year. People pay into Medicare $600 or
Right.
$700 billion into
Right.
Medicare, over $1.3 trillion into Social Security, but yet and still they talking about it's 22% of the budget.
That ain't part. It shouldn't be a part of the budget. Medicare shouldn't be a part of that budget. We pay for that shit. Every month they take money out of my damn check for Medicare. I get my Social Security. They take the money out from Medicare every month.
Yep.
They take it out of yours
Yeah.
every month.
Yeah.
We paying for that stuff. We ain't getting that. That shit ain't free.
Not only that, you're paying for it out of your paycheck because they have it out of.
Absolutely.
When we were working, they was taking Medicare out of your paycheck.
They're taking Medicare and they were taking Social Security out of it. FICA. That's our damn money. That ain't supposed to be part of the budget. I don't know why people keep on saying it. These Republicans, they got the nerve to sit down there and say, we're gonna cut your Social Security and everything. God damn it, that ain't your money. That's our goddamn money. Excuse my French people.
No, this is what I'm. Hey, it goes back to It goes back to 45 years ago when Reagan got in office. This is the bullshit that they've been doing, and I can't even count all the other monies that they have taken from us. I got a whole list of stuff that these people have just stolen from the American people, and their eyes is just closed, their ears is closed. They're not doing their research. You're not looking at the real picture. And you got these Democrats and these Republicans stealing your money. Because the Democrats are allowing this bullshit to happen too.
They're allowing them to say that it's a budgetary item, and it's not. It's not a budgetary item. They allow them to say it every day. They don't say a word. No, it ain't part. And they sitting there right along with it. Well, we gotta secure this Social Security budget. We got them put that fucking money back in there that Reagan took out 30, 40 years ago. If you put that money back in there and everything, include the interest and stuff in it and everything, it'll be nice and solvent. You don't have to worry about it.
Who are we paying that $1 million to in interest payments? Do you know it?
What?
Who are we paying that $1 million interest to every year on that $37 trillion?
Hey.
Who they paying it to?
They paying it to all the people who got them bondholders. They paying it to Japan. They paying it to China. They paying it to the UK. All those folks out there who hold our bonds. That's who they paying it to. You got a bond, they paying you interest. Now,
And you know what?
problem,
And they can
the
pay.
problem,
And
the problem going to come, Ted, when these people stop buying our goddamn bonds.
well, the bond right now is 4.5.
It doesn't matter who gonna pay it. who gonna buy them bonds? China already said they ain't buying no more by damn bonds. Japan said that we ain't buying shit. Somebody got to buy them bonds. Yeah, we ain't gonna.
Did you see this con artist? Did you see this con artist put up something else again? You got another con going.
Who is that?
Yo 47.
Oh well, he keeps his con going. Man, he keeps a con every day. He got a con going every day.
So he had name brand CEOs. Well, I should say non-name brand CEOs. These financial so-called gurus. They're gonna invest $1,000 to every newborn. Now, my calculation, I might be a little bit off, but there are about 3 million people that is born in America every year. That comes out to a lousy $13 billion. So that ain't no money.
That's chump change.
It's chump change. So, but they cannot touch it.
Talk about chump change. When we say $1 billion, that's chump change.
It's chump change.
It's
chump change.
It's chump change to them.
And they're going to do that for 5 years. They're going to test the market, and they're going to do it for 5 years. There's something going on that, for whatever reason, I don't know why or whatever. And then they're going to tell them, you can put up to $5,000 into it. And people say, oh, your baby got $1,000 here. You can put up to $1,000 into it. So now you got an account, and you say, okay, I'm gonna put $500 a year into it, or $1,000 a year into it. Somebody gonna be making some money off of that shit.
They are. It's a slush fund, another slush fund. It's another slush fund. It's another slush fund.
Because they claim that, well, by the time they turn 18, it'd be worth over $100,000.
Shit. Not if Trump get a hold of it, it won't be. You might not even get the money because
we closed that program. Hey,
you don't like paying his bills.
We closed that program down.
They up and go. So
we had to use it for discretionary reasons. We had an emergency.
That kind is robbing our children piggy bank. He done got so he taking out money from our children.
It's crazy, man. Hey, I want to ask you a question. I know you heard of NORAD. NORAD is a government agency that protects the skies of the United States.
Right.
And we are in partnership with Canada.
Right.
So here's the thing. Didn't he just say that he was going to build a dome over the United States?
A gold dome. And we already got NORAD, but he's going to build a gold dome. Somebody getting ready to get ripped again. Somebody getting ready to get ripped again.
Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do, man? I'm gonna tell you, man, if these Democrats don't start stepping up and being on the offense instead of the defense, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't understand it. They need to get off of this. You just said it earlier. take Medicare, take Social Security out the budget.
They got to be out their budget. That's not a. And every time they start talking about it, then the next thing I would say, that's not a budgetary item. And then they're gonna have to explain why it's a budgetary item. It's not a
That's because they're
budgetary
using
item.
that money.
It's not a budgetary item. It's income to us. Us goes in our pocket. Ted, how about our boy Terry Moran? Is that Terry or Jerry? I think it's a Terry. Terry Moran. You heard of him?
Jerry Moran.
Huh?
What's his name?
Terry Moran.
Terry Moran.
Yes, sir.
What about him?
They fired him off of ABC.
Well, he's been around for a long time, ain't he?
No, he was on CBS. He's on CBS. Terry
Yeah,
Moran.
he's around for a long time. Wasn't that the guy that got injured in one of the wars?
I don't know about him being injured, but I do know that they suspended him because he put an article on his private post. It wasn't on CBS's thing. He said it wasn't on none of CBS stuff, but he put it on a private post. He was talking about Stephen Miller, how he was a Nazi, and they fired him. His private stuff. This ain't nothing to do with his company. This is his private stuff. And they got mad at him and told him that they better do something, and they suspended him for saying something personally on his private post. I thought that was a bunch of bull crap. This is this man private stuff. This is private thoughts. He can say anything private. It has nothing to do with the company.
Well, he needs to sue ABC.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen to him. I don't know if they still paying him, but they suspended him, and I'm pretty sure that they.
Well,
and they
they're
did that
probably going to finish out his contract, and he's probably going to go and take the money.
probably. But that was a horrible shame that they did that to that guy. Just took him off his job because he said something private. Those were his private thoughts. A horrible shame. Horrible, horrible. Oh, let's see here. I got some other stuff here I done wrote down here, but man, this we have so much stuff going on. Oh man. Oh, you already talked about that one. How ICE did a raid on the Home Depot over in Los Angeles. And we talked about the military parade. Okay, U.S.-China trade talks in London this week. Scott Bessent is pissed off at China because they haven't released any of their rare earth materials and stuff and everything that they're expecting for their military people and all the other entities and stuff. And that was the reason why they negotiated that deal over there in Switzerland, because they wanted China to release that rare earth. Well, Yao and the boys says nothing. They sat there and they slow walking these folks and stuff and everything because they turned in their request for their rare earth minerals, and China has not dealt with that request. So Scott Bessent got mad. He said that what they better do with their stuff in their country, you better give us your rare earth material.
Better.
You better give it. He did. He clearly said they better give us that rare earth that we need here, because that's what we negotiated that. It ain't no damn agreement. They just had a talk and they shook hands and said we're gonna lower the tariff. But he told them, he come out there and told them, y'all better give it to us. So y'all said, well, we better go ahead and keep on placating so we can keep rushing our shit into y'all country. But guess what, Ted? The doc still ain't got a whole lot of stuff in there. The docks over there in Los Angeles on the West Coast ain't hardly no ships coming from China. They ain't coming.
Well, they got over $2 trillion going out to other places.
Hey, they got customers going. They got customers other places, other countries.
Yeah.
They got customers all in the East and the Far East. They got customers there. They got customers in Latin America. They got customers in Canada now. They got customers in the United Kingdom. So
Mexico.
all they doing now is patting Trump on the head. All right, okay. They petting
The
that dog.
man is losing and he don't even know it.
Don't even know it. Don't even know it.
And the American people are some of these. I don't like to call people dumb and stupid and all
They
that,
are.
but
They are. That's it. They dumb. That's it. It's the truth.
they think he's doing such a great job.
That's all of his folks said he's doing a great job. All of them. Now these is MAGA people. Now these ain't the regular folks. These ain't independents or Democrats. These are MAGA people. He's doing a great job. They being screwed royally. He's doing a great job. And now the Proud Boys just filed a lawsuit, $100 million lawsuit against the Department of Justice.
Told you.
They
And they're
filed
gonna get it.
$100 million. No, they're gonna get it. They might get some of it, but they're gonna get all of it. They're gonna fight hard for that. They're gonna fight them hard, because they're not gonna get that money up. If they do, they're setting that precedent. Anybody can go in there and sue them. Can't do that. You got to fight. You got to fight. Now, my boys and my people up there in Michigan, my Muslim community, the ones where told Kamala, we ain't voting for you. Even their representative, this Rashid Jalila, or whatever her name is, she's U.S. representative and stuff for their district up there. She didn't even endorse Kamala Harris. Well, right after the election, Trump screwed the piss out of him.
Big time.
Big time. He screwed him. He screwed him
And you
real
know that
good.
was coming.
He screwed him real good, and he screwed him again. And then he told them that they're gonna take Gaza and turn it into a resort. They're gonna let Israel do what they want to do with their people over there. And these fools are sitting around there wondering what the hell did we do? We helped to put this knucklehead in office.
You got the Cubans, the Venezuelans. We already knew that they was gonna get rid of all the Mexicans and the Haitians.
Take temporary status away from them. They gone. The TPS, temporary protective status, is gone. Supreme Court said it's okay for him to do it. So he's the president, so he can take the TPS, because if Biden can do it, Trump can do it. If Biden can give it, Trump can take it away. Which is probably okay, because if Biden can do it, the president can do it, he can take it away. And Trump took it away.
Well, here's the thing, though. You got to look at it like this. I'm just wondering if you look at the expenditures right now, the sales are going pretty good. Like our whole GDP is about consumerism, and as well as tourism. So those two factors, if you have a number of people that stop buying, and those people that were buying that was working, because you're talking about several million, maybe 10 million people that's just stopped buying because they're trying to, any little change they can get, they trying whatever they got to do to survive. and get out of here or hide or whatever they got to do, they ain't gonna be spending no money. So now they project that our GDP gonna be about $29 trillion. If that drops down to 25, then it's gonna be a problem. Because right now China's at 19. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly, the only thing that I can see is that, and this is just my own opinion, because everything that you see that it looks like he's coming after black people, he's coming after Latino people, he's coming after Muslim people, Haitian people, even Caribbean people. So they think they can run this country by themselves, I guess. And it looks like our leadership is just letting it happen. We're just letting the courts deal with it.
Yep. And judiciary deal with them, and they're getting some good results, and they're getting some bad results.
So I don't know, man. When you think about all of this stuff that's going on, and it's a ton of stuff that's going on, people don't even realize how much evil is going around. But and it's hard to keep up with this stuff, and we're not getting it on the news. But a lot of people are aware on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that's on the ground, that's out there, and they see all the stuff that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
This wickedness, because that's what
Mm-hmm.
it is, wickedness. And the office is really hard to combat because he has authority over the military. He has authority over Homeland Security, FBI. So, and who knows what kind of investigations that this knucklehead, who's the director now, is doing. They might not be doing nothing when it comes to the people. He's out there trying to get revenge for the 47. So, I don't know.
Well, it is getting to a point here to where if this continues to keep on going, some of these heavily the Democratic states and stuff and everything are going to say, well, if we can't get our protection and stuff from the federal government, if we can't get our funding and stuff from the federal government, we can't do it. We're going to succeed from the union.
Well, this right here, the man ain't been in office barely 8 months yet.
It may get to that point because people are going to get so upset and stuff with this guy coming in there because he's already told California and the rest of these states, I'm going to do what the hell I want to do. I'm going to come into your state. I'm going to do what the hell I want to do because I'm the president. I can do whatever the hell I want to do. I can send the troops right there into your state. I'm going to arrest your governor.
Well, Newsom said, come and arrest me.
Well, I know. I heard it. I heard it. He said, come and arrest me. Come on. Come on and arrest me. Last question here. You been into your stores lately?
It's been a few weeks.
A few weeks. Walk through the stores. Go take you a walk tomorrow. Go out there and do your regular walk. Walk through the stores. It doesn't look real. To me anyway. I went out yesterday and I went into my stores and stuff, and it doesn't look real. It looks like they're taking their products and stuff and they're stretching it out to make people think that they're doing okay. There's some things that are missing, some products that are missing in there, and the stores are covering it up because they don't want their customers to see it.
So they still want to sell whatever they got.
They still want to get the people in there, and they do not want to scare them into to the fact that their are things aren't the way it was before last year. There was a stock, everything is ready, anything you want, they got it. Some things and stuff and everything they do not have, and they're taking the products and stuff and and taking other products and put them into their place, so it still look like the store is full.
Well, here's the thing, Ed. Let's pause there for a second. When Biden was in office, there were 3 strikes. You had the automotive strike, you had the dock strike,
Longshoremen.
the longshoreman strike, and then you had the Boeing strike. And all of them wanted more money, a better contract. And that stopped a whole lot of production.
And don't forget about the auto industry. They almost went on strike too.
Yeah, I thought I said the auto.
Okay.
So now the thing is, when you think about this, is that they took advantage of the Democrats because they know they're for the union.
Pro-union.
You know, so they took advantage and they got their contracts. So now here we are. You got a person now that's slowing up everything because he's cutting everything, or he's not really paying attention to what's going on. So, you know, this is like I said, this politics stuff here is taken over our world, where people cannot really live their life in a peaceful manner because the politicians do not take care of business. You can't live a peaceful life now. And I'm talking about those working people that's out there that's really, you know, every day they gotta face this mess. Whether they Republican, conservative, Democrat, progressive, left wing, whatever. I mean, there's nothing wrong with protesting. There's nothing wrong with coming in a disagreement with people's politics. But the point is, at least we had our stuff together. You know, we can disagree to disagree, agree to disagree. But now it's like it's one side or the other now.
I guess. Final word, Ted.
Well, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. They're stealing your money. They've been stealing your money for 45 years, and y'all been sitting up here allowing them. All you American people just sitting up here putting these nobodies in office that don't know what they're doing. They don't even want to talk. They don't even want to. All they want to do is make a big paycheck, get their benefits, and get a nice retirement after they didn't work for 3 or 4 terms. And then they set for life. But now you sitting up here, you barely trying to keep your job, and then you might get laid off. Then you got to go somewhere else, and you still trying to build up your retirement at another job. You got to put the right people in there that's going to be concerned about your well-being. And these people that's in office right now, not all of them, but I would say 75% of them don't give a shit about you. All they care about is their money and playing politics and showboating. Because that's what they're doing. All this culture shit. talking about they got 10 trans, that's my understanding, what I've been reading, 10 trans college athletes or people that's running with these females, and they made a whole big thing out of it, playing politics.
Mhm.
They playing politics with everything that they can, the culture, and then you allow those people to destroy my people books, our history. Don't give a shit. Ain't heard no white folks talk about, oh, hey, you destroyed one of our favorite books that we read. You don't give a shit. All you care about is yourself. And now it's what does that guy say? Chicken that come home to roost. And it ain't even hit yet real hard. Pretty soon it's gonna hit real hard to everybody. It's already hit hard already for a whole lot of people, but now it's gonna really hit hard pretty soon. You wait till after this year is over, and his budget is in there. He's gonna be kicking your ass left and right. You're gonna be saying, well, what's going on? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? How come this ain't happening? You're gonna be looking for help for our government, which was to be helping us and supporting us, and that jackass gonna be sitting there just racking in the money on his Bitcoin and his watches and his shoes and coming up with some other BS that he can make money off of.
Well, my final word is we got a businessman sitting in the White House. But they did an health inspection on his golf course, and the health people went in there to
What
the
happened?
food service. The health people went into the food service part with Westminster golf course area there, and out of 100 possible points that you can get, so for your health, they only got 32. they got 32. So anybody who going to Trump places and they want to eat out of the restaurant, they better watch out. They can't even pass a health inspection.
Wow.
And you go down there to that Mar-a-Lago down there in West Palm Beach, and he's got all these millionaires and billionaires running around there giving money, $1 million to come to his place over there. And Trump serving them peanuts. They dropping millions of dollars and even serve them peanuts. That's what they get. and if you, even them billionaires some damn food. He came out with $1 million and they pass around a tray. He got peanuts on it. This is what we feed them.
They ain't got no fresh fruit.
They got
no
nothing.
nice little,
They got no fresh fruit, no nothing.
no little delicacies,
No delicacy, no finger sandwiches. Hell, he could have gave her some McDonald's or something and tell us some goddamn peanuts. You fools. Anyway, people, that's y'all business, man. He can't even pass
flat out clown.
Can't even pass a health inspection in his own restaurant. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.